Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Ashley, or you can just call me Ashley. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And so today we're going to be talking about the Brown Sugar palette that Colourpop just released in collaboration with Karrueche. So this is honestly her fourth collaboration. I did not pick up, I want to say, the first two collaborations that were just like lipsticks or lip glosses with the super soft shadows. But I did pick up that She palette that was in the Femme Rosa collection, and that is one of my favorite palettes that Colourpop has released. So in all honesty, I filmed this video before and I scrapped it because I did not like how it looked. The lighting looked weird, and I want to bring you guys quality videos, and I'm trying my best to learn the filming process. So I feel like I've been going from here to here. So why would I go here and then go back here and just put out something else subpar? So I said that to say it was supposed to be like an initial shock because I did not swatch any of the shadows prior to filming the video. And so I did kind of like not really an unboxing, but just kind of my first initial reaction. So I don't have any makeup on right now, but I do have my brows filled in and just a tiny bit of mascara from earlier when I was running errands. But I just want to go ahead and we're going to create a look together today, and then I'll go into my first impressions, or kind of my second impressions at this point, of how the palette is. So the palette actually comes in this cute little box right here, and it kind of has a camel design in the back, and then it says Brown Sugar, and then down at the bottom it says Karrueche times Colourpop, and it gives the it's a pressed powder palette, and it says it's 0.9 times 1.10 grams, so it's equivalent to about 0.04 ounces. And then on the back we do have the shadow names right here, and it says Brown Sugar once again, and then saying that where Colourpop is made, and you know Colourpop is made in the US and they are cruelty free, and so and of course they do recyclable material. So this is what the palette looks like, and it is this plastic material. So I do think this is very cute, but honestly I do like the cardboard palettes a little bit better from Colourpop. I'm not so big of a fan of the plastic ones, and the plastic ones, you know, they did Sol and Mar, but I do like this packaging better than the Sol and Mar, because Sol and Mar looked a little generic. And then when you open it up, it does have a nice little mirror here. I don't want to blind you. And then you have the 9 shades here, which are very pretty. And then on the back you have the shadow names again, which I realize are actually inverted on the back, but not to worry, the shadow names are right here in the front. So yay, we got a mirror, we got shadow names on the front. Like I said, I used to not care about the shadow names, but now I try to tell you guys what they are if they have shadow names. And honestly, I was impressed with this palette when I first saw it. So when I first saw it, I was like, I think that's cute. You know, I'm like trying to be careful. I buy a lot of eyeshadow palettes, and I was just like, I think it's cute. But to me, for some reason, these browns kind of spoke to me. I was like, this is brown done right. I can get behind this brown color scheme. And I'll tell you why. Because it has warm browns. Like this shade right here is pretty warm. This is amber. And then you have cool browns. And I love a good smoky grayish matte. And this is like smoky brownish gray. So I was like, okay. And then we got a deep warm chocolate matte, and we have some cooler tones, and we only have 3 shimmers. So they give you a nice array of mattes to work with, and then with the 3 shimmers. So I was just like, okay, I'm feeling this palette. And you know, it's Colourpop, so you know it's affordable. This palette retails for $12 and is available now on their website. And I actually used, there's a browser that you can download called Honey, and I received a coupon code off of it, and I think I just saved like $5. So with the shipping, it go back out to $12. So it was like, it worked, you know. So I paid basically like $12.99 for the palette, because the shipping is like $5.99, because I didn't want to buy a bunch of stuff just to hit $30 shipping. And the palette's $12. Like I said, I got like $5, and then you add it back up, and you know, that was about $12.99. So I was pleased. One and done. I didn't have to order a bunch of stuff with Colourpop. You know, sometimes I don't mind doing that, but sometimes I end up with a bunch of other random things that I don't need, which is usually a lipstick, you know. But it's a nice way to try other things from Colourpop. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch these for you, and I'm going to see, hopefully, I don't end all the way up at my elbow for 9 shades. I don't know how, but I always do. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch these so you can see how they're looking. So we have Chai, and then we have Jamocha, which is pretty close to my skin complexion. And then we have Amber. And I'm loving that. It's so peachy, orangey, browny. You know, those good crease colors. I like a warm crease. I can't help myself. And then we have Ginger right here, which is nice. Then we have Auburn. And we have Sauté. Okay, I think we're going to make it. We're going to be kind of close to my elbow, but we're not going to be on my elbow like I usually am. I'm like, what is going on? It's just 9 shades. And then in the last row, we have Sorrel. And then we have Henna. And then we have Chalk. And Chalk comes off like the most pigmented. Honestly, because I play with these shadows right now, you know, it might not look like much, but with the swatches, but they're honestly pretty shadows. And you know, I think this is something a little different for my collection. I don't tend to have palettes that are this neutral brown base. I think the only palette that I do have in my collection that is just so brown based, neutral, would be the Juvia's Place, the Nubian, and that would be the first Nubian palette. I think that is like the most brown base palette I have. I do have like all the Naked palettes, but when I just think of like just neutral, I think that this is like one of the most neutral palettes in my collection. And so, but I feel like it has a twist because like I said, it has the warms, it has the, you know, the deep shades. It's 9 shadows. It's a perfect size for somebody like me. If you're like me, where you like warm shadows, you like cool shadows, you like colorful shadows, you just like an array of shadows, I think this is a nice edited version down. Even if you're just like a person who just really likes neutral shadows, I think this would be a beautiful thing in your collection. The palette's really lightweight. You can pop it in your bag. You can travel with it. As you see, it's small and compressed. I have the hand of a 4th grader and it fits in my palette size. And I do actually want to compare it. So I want to compare it to like the Huda Beauty palettes, the Mini Obsessions, because you know everybody knows that these are really pocket size and small. So look at that, just for scale. So it's still not even that big, you know, like these are really, you know, little. But this is not a bad palette to just throw in your bag. It won't cause it to be heavy. And I think it will stand up to traveling as long as, you know, I don't put my makeup in my checked bag, but I carry it on the plane with me so it can ensure that it doesn't get broken. But I think this is a beautiful palette and it's nice to the collection. And like I said, it's affordable. And I feel like Colourpop has really stepped up their game with their pressed shadow palettes. Like each one just keeps getting better and better and better. And I truly appreciate it because, you know, Colourpop is a brand where you can get nice, affordable makeup and not feel like you're missing out on what's going on with the trends in the beauty community. So I also was saying that this palette, it kind of gives me some black exploitation movie vibes. Like you have the brown sugar written in this this font. It kind of gives me 70s vibes. And I'll try to insert a photo of the campaign. Like everybody looks like they're nice and gold and bronze. You have people of different ethnicities in the campaign. And they all look like they got the 70s vibes, but more modern and current going on. And I'm just here for it. So just stay with me so we can go ahead and get into a demo and then I'll tell you how I feel about the shadows. Okay, so usually when I come on here, I have my eyelids primed when we start the demo, but I'm going to go ahead and prime with my Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C3, and I'm just going to tap a little bit onto these nice oily lids, if you see a little oil right there. And my eyes are not really oily, it's just that they're a little oily. But I have very dry skin and I got to moisturize, honey. I have to moisturize everything. If not, I'd be crusty. I'd be ashy Ashley. So I'm just going to tap that concealer out with my finger. I like sometimes using my finger, even though I don't always like to dip in with eyeshadows. Just particularly for this concealer because sometimes it just tends to make my eyeshadow skip if I don't have it blended out correctly. with this. So I'm just like putting a nice little layer of concealer on my eyes. And we're going to prime. Like I said, my eyebrows are filled in. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in the shade Caramel. So I'm going to come in closer. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get started. Now that I'm closer, you guys can see me a little bit better. And I'm going to go ahead and I start off with my favorite brush that I use in the crease, which is the Sephora Pro. I think this is the number 10 brush. Yes. And I'm going to go in with the shade Jamocha first. And this color was very close to my complexion. And I'm just going to go back and forth, windshield wiper motions. And I'm going to put that in the crease. And these shades do have a little bit of kick up. I'm not sure if you can really see it on camera. Not terrible, but it's just something to kind of be noted. I'm just going back and forth. Yeah, so like I said, I had recorded this video before and another couple of videos. And I just looked at the footage, like when I was about to start editing it, and I was just looking at the clips like, no, 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 and no. Not here for it. So now I got Jamocha on, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Amber using the same brush. So I just really wanted to go ahead and film this over. And I love the shade Amber. It's very warm. I can see this, me using this shade almost, you know, even if I'm not using this palette. I'm digging it. I am digging it. Back and forth. And I'm just bringing it down into this little area also. And now I want to go in with the shade. I think I'm going to go in with henna. And I really like to take shades like warm tones and cool tones together. So I have a defined crease brush, and this is by Makeup Geek. And I'm going to go in with the shade Henna. Pick it up there. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to the crease, but I'm going to go like in a more upward motion. And I will blend that out. And then going back in, the other eye. Like I said, I'm taking this in a more upward motion. I would love to see this shade like all over the lid. Like a smoky eye type of thing. And we do have a tiny bit of fallout. Not a lot, just a little though. Okay, and so now I'm going to go ahead and take my MAC 224 brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and kind of lightly just smooth that application out. Like this brush, I feel like it just really pulls your blending together. And no, MAC is like trying to be cruelty free, but I'm like, oh. Well, I think this is actually a synthetic brush, so yeah, it says SE behind the end, so you should still be able to pick this up with the original formula. I got this brush so long ago in a holiday brush set. I think that was back then when their brush sets used to be like a lot better quality than what their brush sets are now. Like this brush set is like literally legit from the early 2000s, way prior to like 2010 or so, something like that. I don't know. But we should be about here right now, and I do want to go ahead and deepen up that outer V area. Or so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try Chalk Out. I have my Sephora crease brush right here. This is from their Magnet line. I'm going to go ahead and dip in with that shade. I'm going to tap off the excess. Woo, did you see that? It was a lot of powder right there. And I'm just going to kind of stamp this and then lightly feather it in. I love this brush for like the inner corner. I mean, the inner corner, the outer corner. Okay, this shade Chalk has a lot. I'm not sure if you can see it, but look, it's a lot of kick up in the shade. I don't normally care, but you do have to like tread lightly. So if not, it will be everywhere. And when shades have a lot of pickup, I just usually tend to pick up the pickup before I just like swirl the brush, you know, around. Okay, I'm liking how it's looking. I'm gonna go back in with my first brush, and now I'm gonna go ahead and take Amber again, and I'm just gonna kind of re-intensify where I might have covered up with the shade Henna. These shadows are powdery, but they're very smooth. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take my, if I can find it, here it is, my Tarte brush, and I'm going to apply some shimmers. And I'm going to go in first with, let's see, I'm going to go in with Auburn, and I'm taking it dry on my Tarte brush from like some unicorn holiday. I don't know. You know how Tarte does. Say everything unicorn, pineapple. I don't know. Ooh, this shade is pretty. And this is the shade that I intended to use last night. And I'm using this shade dry. And I'm just filling in that blank space, and I'm making it meet Henna at the top, if you can see that. And I'm putting a little bit in that inner corner right there. I do want to see how this shade performs if it's wet. Let's see, let's see. So I have some on my brush, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus. Give it a little spray. It's like getting towards the end. I don't think any wants to come out. Let's see, did it do something? I mean, it did a little something for it. I would say this is like a more subdued shimmer, which, you know, it's not always my preference, but I can rock with it. It's a pretty color. Everything doesn't always have to be so boom. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Okay, and then I do want to play around with the shade Sauté. So I'm going to come back in with Sauté on that same brush. I wiped it off in my color switch. And I'm going to place some right in there, in the middle, just to give it a little definition. Okay, I'm going to add some liner and I'll be right back. Okay, so guys, I'm back and this is the look. I went ahead and lined my my top line, and I did that with the Tattoo Liner by Kat Von D. I did not pick up any of the liners, and I'm not such of a huge fan of brown eyeliner. I will wear it every once in a while, but I just kind of wanted to stay true to myself and wear how I would normally wear it in order to give you a true first impression. And then I went ahead and I used the Fenty Beauty, and this is the shade Unveil, with a dab of Uncuffed, which is the lighter shade right here in the center. I didn't pick up any of the lipsticks either. I have enough brown lipsticks to go a lifetime. I have enough lipsticks. I feel like I'm on lipstick overload, even though I'm on makeup overload. Overall, I like how this look came out. I think it's very wearable, very appropriate. I feel like it's sultry, but also like if I go out in the daytime, it's like, It's not too much, even though I don't always care about that. I feel like it gives enough drama to the eyes. I really love this shade Henna. So far my favorite shades in this palette are Amber, Henna, Auburn, and Saute. I think that all of the shades are nice, but those are like the standout shades to me. I think that this is a welcome addition to my collection. Like I said, I feel like it's nudes done right. I still like the She palette better, but I feel like Karrueche does nudes the right way, where they're interesting. They're not just like, oh, another champagne shadow. Okay. I think she takes her time and she understands it. But if you look at her makeup is usually nude. But I feel like you can do a multiple array of looks for this. Like you could do the church. If you work in a corporate environment and your makeup can't be too loud, I think this will pair well with you. Especially if you have a warm chocolate complexion, even lighter complexion. I think this is just a good palette and is versatile for many skin tones. Which I feel like is very important because you want everybody to be able to pretty much enjoy your product. Sorry, my ring light. It's probably blinding you just a little bit. But overall, I do like the palette. I feel like it's a little powdery. I don't tend to care so much, but I feel like lately the palettes have been a little more powdery by Colourpop, because even my Good Sport palette that just came out is a little more powdery. But if it packs more pigment, I'm okay with it as long as it blends in. And these shadows do blend. I do not have a problem with it. If I'm looking at here, they layer well. That Henna shade is gorgeous. That's that gray shade that gave me more definition. And along with the amber, the shimmers can be pumped up and pack a punch if you use a little Fix Plus. Overall, I think this is a good palette. I think that you just have to be careful. I would do your base makeup after it, because like I said, it's just a little powdery. But overall, I'm feeling the palette, and I think that you would like it too if you decide to pick it up. So let me know if you decide to pick it up, and I'm going to bring you more impression, like a more final thought on this palette at a later date in another video. Because like I said, this is just like my second impression now at this point, since my first video failed. But let me know if you want to pick it up or not, or if you're debating on it. Let me know down in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the notification bell to my channel. And I appreciate you stopping by. Once again, this is Dr. Ashleigh, and you know I am here for the makeup, and I'm so glad that you joined me today. And you know I got to dance. Because I like to dance. I just like to dance. I'm a dance party. I'm a dance fever. Chair dancing is my ministry right now, you know. But I like to dance. I like to have fun. And I'm glad that you came and stopped by my channel today. So I will talk to you later. Bye.